So in the past months of building Adapting Creativity or Adaptation Creations, the freelance business side of that on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and starting to build the website that I have not launched yet. In building those things, I have also tried to maintain the actual branding of the brand. The thing that I'm trying to say here is, if I'm not sticking to a certain kind of aesthetic that this brand represents, there's really no point in going after this because it's not going to make sense to the people that I can offer my skills to. Hi, my name is Henry Sierra, and I'm building a brand called Adapting Creativity. Adaptation Creations is a freelance business part of that, but the idea behind the brand itself is that you change things here and there within your creative projects over time, that way you can sustain innovation. You don't have to keep on making the same thing over and over and stick to a kind of niche. You can change your thing and get creative with it. So a few of the things that I have done with this brand is kind of depict it in a way of how I feel with my lifestyle, how I think, the way that my kind of mindset works. And this is like simplicity, bolds, colorful. I think one of the biggest things is for this to look natural as well. Sure, there are some posed photos here and there, but the kind of scenery of these photos is always kind of going for that natural look. I guess what I'm trying to say is I want people to see my photos and be able to see themselves easily being able to depict that with themselves. Like, you can work with me and get the same results. And I think one of the most wonderful parts about building a brand from the ground up and putting all your ideas into it, and why you guys should do this as well, is because you can make it your own. It's completely all up to you. Accountability is 100%. Like, if you don't do the work, it's like nothing's gonna happen. But that's a wonderful thing. You can do it all yourself. So, the way that I'm using this kind of natural aesthetic, I can do things like, well, just going out in the evening, taking my camera along with me, casually just filming here and there, not really shooting a video or taking pictures in specific, but I just take it anyways. I go with Mark, and, well, once I get there, well, I actually couldn't find his place at first.
Well,
Hi, so I forgot what apartment number you're at.
7. Fresh out of shower.
So how is band going so far?
It's hot.
Hot. Where do we live?
Where do we live?
Yeah.
Ooh, we don't want to know where Mark lives.
Oh.
Just kidding. I live in an apartment complex that will remain unnamed.
Okay, well, less specific. We live in New Mexico.
Oh.
That has been getting weather of above 100. And he's been outside in band camp, or at band camp.
This farmer's tan.
That is...
Barely.
And then from there we drove around. But actually, before we left, we actually hung out in his room for a little while and just talked while he was getting his things ready so that we can leave. And in that time, I just captured a couple of shots, actually. When we were leaving, I did the same thing. And these shots I'm just going to use as a marketing kind of strategy. Posting these when I'm not going to post a photo shoot. That way I can still kind of have the branding and marketing side in front of the eyes of the people that are investing into this brand. Even though I'm not really posting a shoot, they still see that I am active. The thing is that a lot of people don't like to post these kinds of posts, these kinds of images, whatever. However you post your things, whether they are videos or pictures, if you don't post things to market your brand along with the things that are building the brand, like the pictures in specific versus telling people about the pictures, just because one will get more likes than the other, you still need both of them. That way you can make this a healthy, sustainable brand. You want people to see like all of the different sides of what this brand is, not just the results, but the ins and outs and how they can come along and finish a product that is also beautiful. The upfront aesthetic, the idea behind that upfront aesthetic, the results that it achieves, the way that it goes about it, it's all tied within the same thing and how this aesthetic should be. You just kind of have to figure that out for your own brand. And once you do, that's going to be pretty awesome because that's when you can start marketing things. You can kind of just, post the creative as much as you can and slowly but surely see it build into something that is meaningful and beautiful. So I want to ask you guys if you have any kind of message or brand that you're trying to build, and how do you want that to look? How do you want that to be received? And if you don't have one, that's okay, because this is how you can do that for yourself. Think about other things that you have ever been inspired by, and why you may have been inspired by those things. Was it the philosophy behind it, the looks behind it, or the aesthetic, the kind of culture behind it? Think about all of the aspects around that thing and why you like it, and apply that to your own, and create something from that. There's a reason why you're inspired by these things. You like them in some kind of way, so pick different things from different things that have inspired you and make your own kind of concoction from those things. I could say myself that one of the biggest inspirations for adapting creativity and the aesthetic of it is from 368, Casey Neistat's brand and business, and thing that he has based in New York, and basically his whole culture. I can't speak properly, but the whole culture of 368 is what I want, and that has a big impact on the way that I approach my filmmaking and building this brand. And yeah, I think you guys should do the same thing. I think it's a great method to find what really works for you. So if you guys haven't thought of or started a brand yet, I think you guys should consider it. It's a great way to go about the creative side of this new era of digital technology and kind of building business online and things like that. It's really fun. Other than that, I post on Mondays and Thursdays as of, well, lately. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.